It's Hillary and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be doing a what's on my iPhone 6 video for you guys. This has been requested about a month ago, but I never really had the equipment. But luckily with iOS 11 update, I have some pretty high quality screen recording. So this is basically a kickoff. I know I have been offline for about a month because of school coming up, and school has been pretty chaotic, so I hope you stay tuned for an announcement as well regarding for my channel activities and just my channel in general. I kind of want to hear your output and opinion on this kind of style of editing, if you guys are fond of this versus my old style of editing, or you prefer the other kind. So yes, we're just basically renovating throughout our journey. So without further ado, let's just get straight into the tour. This right here is my home screen, and as you can see, I have EXO Sehun as my lock screen because he is my ultimate bias. You can see the button to the right, that is assistive touch. Basically all the functions on the phone where you can lock your phone, or you can turn up the volume when you're listening to music or take screenshots. I just find that it's very handy, and sometimes my phone tends to glitch, so it's very helpful. And as you scroll up here, you can see all these functions. Honestly, this screen recording is such a lifesaver. And to the side here, towards the left, is just my task bar, I guess you can call it. I'm not so sure what to say. And as you can see here, I have my time on military time, just for the reason that I feel as if I'll be traveling very often when I grow up older, so I feel like it's good to know the international time, just because people do ask me if it's difficult to tell, which it's not. All I do is just subtract 12 to get the AM and PM time, and in case you're wondering, yes, I do live in the United States, so we don't usually use this type of format. So this right here is my home screen, and yeah, basically it's not very organized in any specific order. Top row, I tend to put my top 3 social medias that I use, and then on the 4th folder, as you can see, it says social. That is where I keep all my messenger and stuff, etc. The second row here, I have YouTube, YouTube Studio, Viki, or Viki, whichever you decide to call it, and as well as Spotify. And then on the second page here, I have all the extra stuff that I have into one folder that I don't use quite as often. And as you can see, my background is Leo from Vix, and yeah. And then on the bottom of my home screen is basically just the 4 apps that I need to have. And as you can see, I was looking up pictures of Leo for, you know, my home screen, and for an edit that I'm currently working on. And over here I have my alarm, which I am that kind of person where I had to set an alarm for every 5-15 minutes to wake up in the morning. Sadly, I'm still working on that. That is my New Year's resolution. The other one here is just basically my camera roll of all pictures and screenshots and stuff, etc. There's nothing too special in here and nothing private, but basically it's just a lot of random pictures that I have and screenshots that I have, and yeah, so I just have that in the camera roll. The very first app on the bottom is, you know, your normal what do you call it, camera where you can take pictures and stuff. I honestly really love the iOS 11 update where it gives you more options to play with the filters and stuff, even more than the original kind, and yeah. And this is where I normally edit my photos as well, in case I have to do some, you know, minor editing to my pictures. As you can see on the last bottom row, I had Pinterest and settings. Settings basically is just, you know, your phone settings and nothing too major or fun at all, but I keep that on the first page just in case I need to fix up my phone because it tends to glitch a lot. And over here I have Pinterest. I unfortunately had to make a new account, and I had all these great ideas and DIYs based off on here. I'm always inspired by Pinterest, and then I make my own K-pop DIYs inspired by it, honestly. And as you can see, this is my new account, and I was very upset that I couldn't recover my old one. But yeah, this is just Pinterest. And as you can see here, I have my extra folder. Basically, I don't use this quite as often, but I try to color code it as much as I can to make it feel special. Basically, this is just the random extras folder, and I just have it there just so that I can see Leo on my screen as well. So let's just look at my social media first row here, and as you can see, I have all these social medias: Kik, Messenger, Line, etc. And the main ones I use on here is Messenger, Amino, and Twitter. Or although Twitter hasn't been quite as active lately because this is new, and I'm not really a Twitter stan. I haven't been on here quite a while because once again, I'm not a Twitter stan, so you know, I'm more towards on Instagram because that's just more convenient. I'm active on there more rather than Twitter. And so yeah, once you exit here, something I'm also very active on in this folder is Amino. As you guys know, Amino has some pretty cool communities on there. I'm in quite a few. So the main social medias that I use are Facebook, Snapchat, and Instagram. It's on the top row for sure. And on Snapchat, if you guys do have it, make sure to add me if you'd like. I'll have the link in the description box below. But my username is basically just hillarythetaco, and that's it. And yeah, this is all my stories and my friends and stuff, etc. Instagram right here, it's called hillarythetaco, which is basically my main one that I use to promote my videos or, you know, make announcements and stuff, etc. And I from Sian Bliss, very cute, and Taeyeon. And so yeah, this is just my feed, and you know, just people that I follow, celebrities and friends from school and family as well. As for Facebook, I tend to keep this more private for the reason that I have friends and family on there, so it's more of like a way that I can contact friends and family and, you know, catch up with people internationally, especially my family like overseas. I get to see what they're doing with their lives at the moment and stuff, etc. And yeah, so this is just basically Facebook, and I just, you know, I'm on here not as often as Instagram and Snapchat though. You can see on the second row here, I have YouTube. As you may know, I am doing a YouTube video at the moment, and this is where I upload videos or where I want to browse for videos and tutorials on how to cook things or just stuff, etc. I'm going to be honest, I have 4 different YouTube accounts, but 2 of them are the main active ones. My first one that's mainly active is Bunnie, and the second one is hillarythetaco, which is more of like home style videos and stuff, etc. And yeah, this is basically my channel. You can see the videos that I have on here, and you can just basically see the layout of it, my about, and my different channels. And there's one coming up pretty soon, hopefully, or I'm going to be ending one, so you'll have to listen to some announcements pretty soon. And on YouTube Studio here, basically this is where I can look up at all my statistics on where are my videos most viewed. I can see which videos are monetized, and as well I can see my comments wherever you guys send them. But sometimes YouTube Studio isn't as active quite as much if I were to check on my laptop. So you can see I have Viki, or Viki I call it usually. Basically it's just an app where you can watch K-dramas or any reality Korean TV shows, as well as some pretty cool stuff here, BTS comeback and stuff. So if you do use it, it's pretty cool. I don't have an account, I recently just found it, and I honestly really love it. And over here I have Spotify. Spotify is my main music go-to area. This is where I can listen to my favorite albums, my favorite artists and stuff, etc. and all that stuff. I'm really into BTS, K-pop of course, EXO, and lo-fi hip-hop, if you guys have heard of that before. And yeah, they just make these cool playlists for me, and it's pretty cool. This third row here is basically all of my editing apps for my photos and videos. This right here is called InShot. Basically, I can do a white border on my pictures so that I can crop to size, so I don't have to crop the picture to like a certain size, so I can just do white borders so that I can see the full photo and stuff. It's a very handy tool for me, especially for Instagram and when I want to do it for my videos as well. You might have noticed it in my recent style of editing, in my recent videos, correction. And the second app here is called Phonto. This is the one that I use mainly for everything that I want to for my video thumbnails and stuff, or just editing edits and as usual. And as you can see here, it's I can just type whatever into the box, and then I can change the different styles and fonts and stuff. It's very handy for whenever I want to add text onto my pictures, and it's very easy to use, and it takes a little while to just play around with it and stuff. And yeah, so once I'm done, I just go ahead and click save. Well, we're not going to be saving it, so we're going to continue our tour. So this third app here is the one I depend on the most recently for my videos, is iMovie. I have to transfer all of my videos onto my phone from my laptop because I currently am not using my different video editor because there's some issues with it, and I'm still waiting for that to graphics up, and as you can see, I'm just working on a few projects for some upcoming videos. And this right here is my photo and video folder, basically for anything else that I have to do for photo editing or video editing. And yeah, for this app here called Motive, it basically does the same thing, just basically, you know, just formats and layouts for collages I want to do, and along with some cool editing and picture editing stuff, etc. Just basically it does the same thing. All kind of my apps kind of do the same, similar sort of type of job. And the pocket video I don't use quite as much. Camcorder video here is basically just for when I want to have like an old style theme aesthetic sort of video addition to my videos. And as for video crop, it's literally just cropping it to size. And as for Snow, you guys might have heard of it before. It's just kind of like Snapchat, but you can have like all these cute filters and stuff. Very similar to Snapchat, which I use a little bit now and then. And as for Foodie, it's kind of an app for foodies like me. You just take pictures of your food and you can play with like all the different sort of filters. And for example, I'll take this picture of Leo because he's a snack. You can just change the filters and stuff and play around with it, and I honestly love it, and it makes my food look more appetizing. And as for video record here, it's basically an app that comes with a phone that depends on the most when I have to do voiceovers. This next app I have here is called Kayak, and Kayak is basically just an app where I can look at plane flights and stuff in case I just want to have a curiosity and just an outline of where my next travel destination could be. I like traveling, but I unfortunately do not have the money, but I do try to save up for like an ultimate trip after graduation from high school. And on here is Wattpad, and I used to have a co-own account where I used to write stories with my friend. She did most of the writing though, and I just edited it for her, and we didn't do too well, so we kind of broke up. We disbanded. And on this one here, it's labeled kind of broke, the folder specifically, because I am broke. And it's just an app, Roan and Shein, how we pronounce it. It's very cheap clothing that I like to look at just for inspiration, for any outfits that I want to keep up with and just to keep in style, etc. Same goes for Wish. Wish basically has a lot of cool stuff. Besides just clothing, they have accessories as well, and some home appliances, I think. I'm not sure. And as for this one right here, Walmart is just your usual Walmart where you can just shop for home goods and stuff, etc., electronics. I just have that in case that I want to browse around and I don't have the money. And as same goes for Amazon. Amazon is basically just an online store where I can buy most of my K-pop albums. That's where I get most of my K-pop albums and different stuff that I so happen to need and require. This last entire folder here, I'm not going to get into in depth on it because it's just school stuff, just the usual boring things, but the important ones that I often use in my school folder is Celtics. This is basically an app where I can write scripts. I'm in a digital media class. I joined my first year, and so we basically write a lot of movie scripts and stuff, etc. So I always have that in my phone. And as well as Blogger is where I can respond to my teacher's prompt for school, and that is the main ones that I use for school. As well, I have Skyward to check my grades. That's always helpful, especially for an honors student. I'm always on top of my grades to make sure that my teacher has all of them in and that I handed in assignments. Alright guys, that will have to conclude our video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you stay tuned for more. Make sure to comment down suggestions for any videos that you'd like to see in the future. So without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. Till next time, bye guys!